Some bonds transcend the boundaries we believe exist in nature. What you're about to witness defies explanation, a testament to emotional depths we rarely acknowledge in creatures other than ourselves. October 27, 2011. A crisp autumn morning at the Elephant Sanctuary in Hohenwald, Tennessee. The sanctuary staff arrived to find something disturbing, a trail of blood leading from the woods to the elephant barn. What awaited them inside shattered their understanding of what animals are capable of feeling. Tara, a 9,000-pound Asian elephant, stood guard over the broken body of a small dog. Not just any dog, Bella, her inseparable companion of 8 years. The dog's wounds told a grim story of a coyote attack, but something else had happened after death. Caretakers noticed large, distinctive footprints surrounding the area where Bella was found. The impossible had occurred. Tara had discovered her friend's body in the woods and carried her home. Carol Buckley, the sanctuary's founder, could barely speak through her tears. Tara picked Bella up with her trunk and carried her back to the barn. She didn't want to leave her out there alone. Their friendship began in 2003 when the stray dog appeared at the 2,700-acre refuge. Among all the elephants, Bella chose Tara, the sanctuary's first resident and former circus performer. Born in Burma in 1974, Tara had spent 20 years entertaining crowds before finding sanctuary in Tennessee in 1995. Her life had been one of chains and commands until Bella arrived. The tiny dog and massive elephant became inseparable. They roamed the vast fields together, Bella running circles around Tara's feet, Tara protectively following her friend. At night, the elephant would create a nest of hay where both would sleep, Bella tucked safely against her larger companion. Dr. Margaret Whitaker, an elephant behavior specialist, observed them for years. Their communication was beyond anything we could measure. They didn't just coexist, they actively sought each other's company. It was purposeful friendship. When Bella suffered a spinal injury in 2010, requiring 3 weeks of recovery in the sanctuary office, Tara refused to leave the area. Each day, she stood outside the building, waiting. The elephant stopped eating normally, calling out with low rumbles that sanctuary staff had never heard before. It was her way of saying, "I'm still here," explained Scott Blay, a senior caretaker. Tara would stand at the exact spot closest to where Bella was recovering, barely moving for hours. When Bella finally recovered and emerged from the building, security cameras captured the reunion. Tara's trunk gently examining her friend, her massive body swaying with what could only be described as joy. But the story of their bond reaches beyond life itself. After Bella's death, Tara's behavior changed dramatically. The once social elephant separated herself from the herd. She moved slowly, consumed less food. Caretakers grew concerned as weeks passed with little improvement. January 18, 2013, 15 months after Bella's passing, sanctuary staff arrived to find a section of reinforced fencing broken. Tara was gone. The search mobilized immediately. Local authorities were notified. Thermal drones deployed. Tracking an elephant should have been straightforward, yet Tara had vanished with unusual purpose. 2 days passed before a family driving along Highway 48 reported an astonishing sight. An elephant walking determinedly along the roadside, ignoring passing vehicles, moving with singular focus. Sanctuary staff followed these reports to a remote hilltop 15 miles from the sanctuary. There stood Tara, motionless, gazing across the valley toward a small, unmarked spot, the place where Bella had been buried more than a year before. Dr. Joyce Poole, renowned for her studies of elephant cognition in Kenya, flew to Tennessee upon hearing the report. What we're witnessing challenges everything we think we understand about animal awareness. This isn't simple memory. This is something deeper. For 7 hours, Tara remained on that hill. When approached by familiar caretakers, she showed no signs of agitation or desire to flee. Her behavior displayed what ethologists call intentionality, a deliberate choice to return to a place of significance. Could an elephant remember the exact location of a burial site after 15 months? Could she navigate 15 miles of unfamiliar terrain to reach it? The evidence stood before them, trunk swaying gently in the winter wind. The sanctuary's veterinarian, Dr. Susan Makota, observed Tara's behavior during those hours. She would periodically extend her trunk toward the burial site, a behavior similar to what we see when elephants encounter bones of deceased herd members in the wild. It was as though she was reaching across the distance, across time itself. As darkness fell, Tara finally allowed herself to be led back to the sanctuary, following the familiar truck with apparent willingness. The journey had been completed. Back at the sanctuary, researchers installed cameras around Tara's enclosure, documenting what happened next. For weeks, she carried a weathered blue ball, Bella's favorite toy, wherever she went. At night, she still created the same nest of hay, leaving space beside her where a small dog once slept. The scientific community remains divided on what to make of Tara's journey. Skeptics suggest coincidence or anthropomorphism, our human tendency to project emotions onto animals. Yet those who witnessed it firsthand see something profound. Dr. Franz de Waal, primatologist and expert on animal emotions, reviewed the case. "We've documented elephant grief extensively. They return to the remains of family members, touch the bones, stand vigil. But this cross-species attachment and the deliberate journey to a specific memorial site, this pushes the boundaries of what we thought possible." February 2015. A new dog, a rescued terrier mix named Maya, cautiously approached Tara's enclosure. Sanctuary staff had debated this introduction for months. Would it help or harm Tara's emotional recovery? The elephant watched the dog carefully, her trunk extended through the fence. Something passed between them, not the same bond she shared with Bella, but something new. Within weeks, Maya began accompanying caretakers on their visits to Tara. Today, they don't share the inseparable friendship that defined Tara and Bella. It's different, more measured, born from loss and healing rather than spontaneous connection, yet it represents something equally powerful, the capacity to love again after profound grief. The Elephant Sanctuary continues its work, now with a deeper appreciation for the emotional lives of its residents. Tara's journey changed how the staff view their charges, not just as animals to be protected, but as beings capable of relationships that transcend our understanding. December 2023, 10 years after that mysterious journey. Tara, now approaching her 50s, still occasionally visits the highest point in her enclosure, a spot that faces the distant hill where she once stood vigil. Perhaps she remembers, perhaps she still mourns, or perhaps she simply feels the pull of something we humans can't fully comprehend. Some bonds never break, not even in death. Some journeys never truly end, and sometimes the greatest wisdom comes from those who speak no words at all. In the quiet pastures of Tennessee, an elderly elephant carries within her the memory of a small dog who changed everything, and in doing so, changed how we see the emotional world of animals forever. If you enjoyed it, then watch our next video shown on screen.